Hello and welcome to MLG World Finals 2015. We are in the Grand Finals series between Team Secret and Evil Geniuses. This is going to be an exciting series, I'm sure, as these two teams have met each other many times throughout the past year. And they've met on the main stage in finals of Premier tournaments multiple times. In fact, over the past year, EG has been eliminated by Secret from Premier tournaments 3 different times, while Secret has been eliminated by EG in Premier tournaments twice. They've of course met many times other than that, but it hasn't been elimination games. So here we go. We are getting underway. The draft, of course, was just concluded. So for the side of Evil Geniuses, we have PPD playing Witch Doctor, Sumail on Wind Ranger, Universe on the Darkseer, Fear with his Ogre Magi, and Arteezy on Alchemist. We will likely be seeing the Alchemist mid, I would think. And then for Secret, we have Puppy on the Dazzle, Misery on Nyx Assassin, this Pikagaya, I really don't know who that is exactly, on Doom, We on Meepo, and Pylai on Bane. This game will be a little bit different than some that we may have seen before between these two teams, as the roster for Secret has changed up entirely, save for Puppy. After TI5, as a lot of teams did, they changed their roster up entirely. In fact, Arteezy, who now plays for Evil Geniuses, used to play for Secret during TI5.
30 seconds to battle.
So we'll have to see how all of this goes out and how these two teams manage to face off with the new Secret roster and this new meta here with 6.85. I'm excited to see the lineups for both teams right now. We have the Meepo, which is kind of a signature hero on Secret. And then we also have Nyx Assassin, who we really haven't seen played much for quite a while. Bane, who hasn't seen a whole lot of play either. He's been picked up a bit. The Dazzle has been extremely popular for a long time.
Shiny! We'll take
So we have
that.
Pylai getting a bit of a block here on mid for this mid Meepo. And I'm sure Dazzle and Bane will be doing what they can to ensure that Meepo has a good time. These first couple of levels can be a little bit dangerous for him until he gets his second Meepo at level 3. So we've got Arteezy on Alchemist versus We on Meepo facing off here in the mid lane. Fierce getting a little bit of harass on Pylai. He gets his dot and a few right clicks. Bane does have his brain sap first, so he actually comes out a little bit ahead in that exchange. Here on the bottom lane, we have Sumail on Wind Ranger facing off against Dazzle and Doom. Dazzle is rotated over here. And then, of course, we have Witch Doctor on PPD nearby, ensuring that Wind Ranger can get some pretty decent farm. Getting stacks up. And then up top, we've got Universe versus Misery on this Nyx and the Darkseer. This should be a relatively even lane. Misery doesn't have to get a whole lot of right clicks to be effective. Last hits, I guess I should say. And then he also has the mana burn, as we saw just a moment ago, to keep the mana a little bit low on Darkseer, so he won't be able to keep the Ion Shell up quite as often as he would like to, at least not without burning a lot in consumables. We've got a net on Arteezy, a double net. This Alchemist should go down. He does. But it looks like Wee is going to pay for it with his life. Fear comes in, he gets the dot. All it's going to take, actually I don't even think that'll take anything else. Yeah, there we go. So we've got a 1-for-1 trade, however, that does favor Meepo, as Meepo was able to get the kill on Alchemist, and then the return kill on Meepo came from Ogre Magi. So Alchemist, of course, is the top in net worth, as he is Alchemist and does have points in Grievel's Greed. He was also able to get the early rune, which is worth 500 gold alone. But not too far behind is this mid Meepo. I wish that I could play Meepo. I have tried many times, but I do not have the coordination or ability to play a Meepo. I used to play StarCraft 2 a lot, and my micro was decent but not fantastic. However, I seem to have such a difficult time in Dota 2 actually being able to pull that off. We do have double damage on this Doom, but it's just about to expire, so they didn't really get to make it any use of it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
When that happened, Fear rotated over to ensure they couldn't get aggressive with their stalker and do. So the draft is very interesting here because I think that
I don't think so.
we'll have to see how EG chooses to itemize this Alchemist. I don't think he's going to be buying any early Aghanim Scepters for anybody. He could get an early one up for Samael, I guess, and that would be very effective. PPD, of course, can make good use of having one, but when I've seen them play it before, they haven't really prioritized that, so I don't know that EG will choose to go that route. However, if Meepo has a good time here in the early and mid game, he can become a nigh unstoppable force. Wind Ranger is very good at dealing with him. A lot of times when you see a Meepo, players will choose to try and grab a lot of AoE to deal with it, which can work. However, really you don't need AoE damage. You necessarily just need to be able to blow up one of the Meepos very quickly, as when one dies, they all die. So if you have high single target damage, which Wind Ranger definitely does, then you can make short work of a Meepo. Meepo also has higher natural magic resistance, but not extremely high natural armor. So Wind Ranger is very good at dealing with
Radiant's
Meepo.
middle tower is under attack.
But if the Meepo does get ahead, then he becomes incredibly strong, and it's something that got 2 mangoes over here on Misery. It's kind of interesting. Oh, and Puppy gets the grave off on himself. He's gonna TP out, and he does just barely make it. So far, we've only seen the action of the first blood and that return kill in the middle lane. He activates that regen rune and he's going to go right back to being fine. You will likely see him going over and clearing some of these stacks pretty soon. I guess he's just going to take
Dire's
this one.
bottom
I've only got
tower
the
is
one
under
here on
attack.
this medium camp. Arteezy is now 6, so he should be relatively impervious to ganks unless there are a lot of people brought over. The regen on Alchemist is quite high. At 6 it's pretty good, at 11 it becomes
Denied.
crazy high, and then 16 is ridiculous. We see him with the Vitality booster, so I'm curious to see what he's going to pick up. Perhaps a Crimson Guard or something like that. I don't really know. Not a common pickup anyway. Right now both teams are content just farming up. EG is happy about it because they have an Alchemist, and anytime you can get free space on an Alchemist, you will definitely take it. And then at the same token, Secret is alright with it because they have a Meepo. So as long as Meepo can continue getting ahead and keep pressuring these lanes, which is actually getting a good amount of damage on this mid tower,
Radiant structures are
Secret will be
fortified.
alright with that. We've got an invasion here. Misery is 6, so he is in his Vendetta, looking to pick off Arteezy. Yeah, Arteezy turns around and he's in a terrible spot now. The Brain Sap, Meepo's coming in with the poof. They don't quite have him yet, but they get him. So a pickoff on Alchemist there for Secret. That's a big pickup. So far a great start for Secret. Arteezy's gonna have to be very, very careful on this Alchemist. Ooh, and another kill down bottom on the Wind Ranger. Got a haste on Nyx, and they were able to turn that into a kill. So EG losing 2 of their cores within about 30 seconds of each
Dire's
other.
middle tower is under attack.
And both of
Dire's
these heroes,
structures
both
are
Wind Ranger
fortified.
and Alchemist, have to have their items. If they do not have their items, they are close to worthless.
Radiant's top tower
Arteezy is
is
clearing
under attack.
this stack here on the large camp. gonna have to let the acid spray do a little bit of work before it gets back close into here again. Puppy getting a good sentry ward to block the stacks on this large camp. Secret's doing a good job of shutting down the farm of the Alchemist right now. And that's going to be critical to their success. If they can keep Alchemist down and Wind Ranger down, they will have no problems getting their Meepo big in the meantime and allowing him to just really take over the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
With this Nyx Assassin, they've also got amazing gank potential, as we saw here just a moment ago. Nyx is sitting between these towers and in Vendetta. But I don't think they're really going to get a good opportunity to get a kill here. Maybe could try and pick out the Witch Doctor, but here he goes. He gets the Vendettas. Quick kill on Witch Doctor. I thought Witch Doctor was going to walk back up to the tower there and be alright, but he turned around. He'd see anything either. He just
Radiant's
was
bottom
perhaps
tower
looking to
is
see if
under
Alchemist
attack.
needed help, decided he didn't, and backed off. This acid spray with the buff does so much damage. You can see those Meepos getting kind of... They weren't at full health before, but it was such a big buff.
Radiant's bottom tower is
So
under
right
attack.
now we have Universe up in this off lane. He has been able to secure himself the Arcane Boots. I would imagine we'll see him build a mechanism, but we'll see. Oh, they get a shackle shot on Misery. Focus fire, but that's about all they're going to be able to get. Doom is up here and he interrupts the burst a little bit with the carapace.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Meepo's working on his... Oh, we've got a dust coming out of Secret here. We've got Wii and the Nyx Assassin both dusted. Meepo does have a double damage bottled. He goes ahead and activates that. Team Secret, or excuse me, Team EG know that something is up. They're backing up and just trying to play it safe here. They go ahead and pop a smoke of their own. And it looks like the secret smoke is just going to expire. They aren't going to be able to come up with anything. EG is rotating up to this top lane. I don't know if they'll be able to come up with anything, though. I think the smokes might be ineffective from both teams. We do have Doom farming up here on these stacks, trying to use a Scorched Earth and bring them together so he can clear them both.
Radiant's bottom
But
tower
he's having to
is
back
under
off.
attack.
Secret is warning him that something's going on here. And he's just going to fall back to the tower. So everybody's going to remain safe. 2 ineffective smoke ganks from both teams.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
And EG is going to put pressure on this top lane. I don't think Secret are really going to respond. In fact, they look to take Roshan. It's an interesting play here, and EG doesn't have any vision down in the Roshan area, so they don't know that this is happening either. They may suspect, but honestly, I think that they probably were looking to see if there would be any response. There was not. And so now that there isn't a big response on one of their towers in return, they probably have to figure it's happening. But there isn't anything EG can do about it. So we now have Aegis of the Immortal on Meepo, and he has almost completed his Aghanim Scepter.
Radiant's middle tower
Couple
is
hundred
under
gold and
attack.
he will have that. I think as soon as he does, Secret may look to make some plays at that point.
Illusion.
We've got Doom off on Sumail, but he's just going to run back to the fountain. They didn't have enough follow-up. He should be fine. Yeah. He will survive, no worries.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Right now, I think Secret is in a great spot in this game. Naturally, they have the Aegis, which puts them in an advantageous position, but they also have the Scepter just about completed on Meepo. Actually, it may have been... Yeah, there it is. It's complete now, so he's just got to get it to himself. There he goes. Just arrived. He does a little poofing around to get the low ones. Low Meepos healed back up in the fountain, while bringing his high health one down here, and then he'll bring all the rest of them out. But now they've got the Aghanim Scepter and the Aegis on Meepo, which is a very scary thing if you're EG. And right now, Alchemist really doesn't have much to speak of. He has a Sacred Relic and just a casual Vitality booster. It's not too far away from having his Radiance completed, but he's still a little ways away. He probably needs another minute or two. If this gank is successful on Alchemist, this will definitely hurt RTZ. He does have the backup of Witch Doctor. Ooh, Nyx Assassin walked right under the tower. They get a good cast bounce. The wall goes down, and Nyx is getting very low. Nyx falls. Now Meepo is caught here in the Witch Doctor. He gets nets off on RTZ. He's bringing him very low. RTZ does fall. And now PPD is being channeled by Fiend's Grip. We is just about to pop the Aegis. He may survive, though. Nope. He gets popped by Sumail, and so the Aegis will go off here. And Meepo comes right back. Secret in a great position. It was a 2-for-3 trade. A little bit of unfortunate positioning there from the Nyx Assassin. He just walked right under the tower, and they got a full cast bounce off that set them up for a quick kill with the Witch Doctor and Darkseer ultimates.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Radiance is now complete up on RTZ, and he wants to contest this Doom farm.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ooh, Meepo coming in. He misses the nets, though, on Universe. Misery uses Carapace to
Radiant's
stun
middle tower is under
Universe
attack.
back over here under the tower, or by his tier 2 tower. But we had already thrown the net and it
Radiant's
missed. So
middle
they were not
tower
able to
has
get
fallen.
Universe, but they did pick up the tier 1 middle. And that's going to be a big deal for Secret, because they've got to close off this map. Secret really needs map control to be able to completely shut down the farm of Alchemist. We've got a stun. It does land, so PPD is going to fall here to the Nyx Assassin. Actually, he dies to a Bane. Bane walks over and secures that kill. So right now it is 8 kills to 3 in favor of Team Secret. EG are going to be in a very difficult position here, because RTZ has to have a lot of farm to make his hero effective. He really needs a BKB, a Blink Dagger, and then if he is going to be building up the Aghanim Scepter for his teammates, he's got to be able to do that in a pretty short amount of time from now, or it just isn't going to be worthwhile. Got Doom out on RTZ. And Meepo's coming in. He misses his net. It's another one, but the other net has already been thrown. So Arteez is going to survive, and now our EG are looking to see if they can make something happen. Fear is not in range to get anything
Dire's
off,
middle
though.
tower has been denied.
You should be in range to get this slow on Doom. No. Choose not to go for it. Right now, EG have just been coming up a little bit short in all of these engagements. Haven't been able to catch anybody. I really think EG need to be making some space by way of just picking off some supports. They don't even need to kill the cores necessarily. If they can, fantastic. But I really think that at the moment they just need to be able to get a kill on someone, while at the same time Alchemist is farming up. Whether he's going to be getting the scepters for his teammates or getting items for himself, he just needs to be able to get those, whatever he's going to get, while the rest of EG get some kills or some towers. But I don't think that EG are going to be able to get any towers without first getting a couple of kills on some supports. At the same time, Secret just have to keep doing what they're doing. They're getting lots of space to farm. EG hasn't been able to shut down the Secret jungle at all, and they're losing towers left and right, so they're down to this being the last tier 1 at 168 HP. At the same token, Secret only have one tier 1 left of their own. But it just feels like Secret in a much more dominant position in this game. Got a smoke coming out from Puppy. So Doom, Bane, and Dazzle smoked up and running around here. They've got Nyx Assassin and Vendetta. It looks like they're going to catch Fear, and they will likely just take that kill. Vendetta does hit, and Fear should go down here in a moment. Mana Burn finishes him off, and this is going to be the tier 1 going down in the top lane.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's
Doom
top
gets the last hit on
has
that
fallen.
tower. Meepo is looking to grab a kill here. If he can get Arteezy, he deals a lot of damage right now. He does have his blink. And 3 on the side of EG are smoked up. They're going to try to bait this Alchemist a little bit. And Meepo decides to just back off. He doesn't see anybody else from EG and knows that they could just be trying to bait Alchemist. Puppy's sitting down here, hoping to break a smoke. There he goes. He gets the break on that. Throws off the Shallow Grave on himself with the stun. The Unstable Concoction comes out, so he will die. He, of course, didn't want to die, but he did want to break the smoke and make sure that that his team knew exactly where EG were sitting.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower
It's going to be
is
very
under attack.
important to Secret and the safety of Meepo. Meepo's sitting over here in the trees. This, of course, is the main Meepo here. The rest of them are farming up. He's farming the jungle here, and he's got another one in the fountain
Dire's
that
bottom
he can
tower is under attack.
poof back
Dire's
to if he
bottom
needs to heal
tower
back
has
up
fallen.
until he decides to fully commit on something. But EG will take the bottom tier 1 and back off. Now the Ancients are blocked with the Sentry from Pylai. So Secret have been doing a good job of shutting down the farm by blocking these different camps. We saw the block on the large camp a few minutes ago, and now we've got a block on the Ancients side of EG. Got a Nightmare coming out. The Fiend's Grip is committed on Fear, so they will pick up this kill very easily. And now Secret have to get out. So CTP's on everyone except Puppy. He's going to go ahead and do a little bit of dewarding while he's over in this area. Meepo is sitting on 2,100 gold. He is level 15. We should see the XP favoring, favors Secret quite a bit. A lot of that is due in part to Secret, or excuse me, to the Meepo. Meepo can gather XP all around the map with his multiple Meepos. And then the gold actually favors Secret as well, which is a terrible thing for evil geniuses. When you've got an Alchemist, the gold needs to be in your favor all game. Even when it is, it doesn't give you a significant advantage, because you need it to be in your favor by a lot. Because Alchemist by himself really is not all that strong. His stat gain is pretty horrible, and he doesn't have a great skill set for fighting in big fights, because you throw down the acid spray and all the enemy team has to do is move away from it. Unstable Concoction is a double-edged sword, and right now he doesn't have a Shadow Blade or a Blink or anything to make using this Unstable Concoction much easier. So Carapace stun coming out of Misery. Gets the Impale and a Mana Burn, but he's going to have to be careful. EG are afraid to engage those. They don't know who else is around. And Secret did, or excuse me, EG just picked up the Aegis, so. Got a commitment of Fiend's Grip on Samael, and they pick him up. So there's the Aegis down. Doom is ready to go. So they get a net on Samael, and he will fall.
Winded.
So Samael on his Wind Ranger goes down twice in just a few seconds by himself here in the mid lane. Got caught out. And now Arteezy is going to go down here.
His middle tower is under attack.
Arteezy got the suicide on himself. But things are looking terrible for EG right now. I actually don't know if they can come back into this. Alchemist without much farm is really pretty much worthless. We've got a Nightmare on Fear. See what the follow-up is. We've got the Impale. Doom is used on Witch Doctor, and Doom is just going to try to run him down.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Drives out Universe and Witch Doctor with 2 right clicks. Witch Doctor will survive, though.
Radiant's middle tower.
And now the Meepo comes in. He gets a net on Sumail. Sumail goes down again. The heal bomb from Puppy on top of the Meepos is incredibly strong. This is going to be a tier 2, likely a tier 3 as well. And honestly, I don't know if EG can come back from this. This Meepo is getting out of hand, and right now Sumail doesn't have much. He does have his Scepter, but that's it. And right now I just don't think that's going to be enough. One of the interesting things about the Bane pickup too is that it really helps prevent this Wind Ranger from being able to blow up Meepo, as Bane can Nightmare the Meepo that's being focus fired and prevent Wind Ranger from being able to just quickly kill one Meepo. So right now, Secret are in complete control of this game. EG are going to have to get a huge fight. They've got to be able to pick off all of the cores on Secret to come back into this. Alchemist, we see Alchemist being picked up in so often right now, and honestly, I think he's been heavily overvalued. I do think Alchemist is a great pick at times, and he can be very strong, but he's such a heavy liability. We have double damage on Misery right now. He gets the Impale, gets damage on Arteezy, but in the meantime, Wind Ranger goes down in middle to Meepo again. And Arteezy is caught out. His boots are on cooldown for another 25 seconds. And Secret know it. So Arteezy's just going to try and hide himself in the trees up here. Oh, Misery. He knows he's in that area.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There he goes. He gets a net on Arteezy. And now Arteezy is trying to run. We need the Benny Hill theme song going right here. And big poof, and there goes Arteezy. EG are not surrendering just yet, but the fat lady is definitely warming up her voice. And now Scythe of Ice on Meepo.
I'll take that.
Net on Universe. Was able to force himself forward and then get the surge. So he escapes. A good play there by Universe. Able to get away. And now the Meepo goes on Fear. Picks up a kill on Ogre Magi. Meepo's just running around doing whatever he wants right now. His cooldowns are all so low. Poof is on a 6-second cooldown. The net is an 8-second. So he can just keep blinking around. He has lower cooldowns on his abilities than he does on Blink Dagger. So every time Blink is up, he can get a kill on someone if he catches them. Universe did a great job of escaping there, but he's one of the few on the side of EG that can escape from this Meepo. EG had to have a great early game and really get this Alchemist farmed, and it just didn't happen. They need a decent farm on Wind Ranger to help deal with Meepo as well, because Wind Ranger is going to be one of the main sources of damage for dealing with Meepo, but neither of those things happen. And right now, Secret is just content to make anything, just to get some pressure out where they can, get pickoffs. They don't have to try and finish this anytime soon. Doom does go down to the smoke gank of Evil Geniuses. And now Puppy may fall as well. Glimmer capes himself and runs the opposite direction, but that should run out before they gets too far away. Unstable concoction.
Appalling.
So Bane falls, and Doom goes down. So good kills there by Evil Geniuses. This is just barely edging them back from a complete loss at this moment, though. So you can see the curve of this graph just taking a turn upward. And at the same time, Meepo got another kill down in the bottom lane. Meepo TP's back up to this top lane. Boosts in all of his Meepos, hoping that that might be the real Alchemist, but of course it was not.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We have 3,200 gold being saved up right now on Universe. I think he's likely going to be trying to go for a Shiva's. And then, of course, he has to save for buyback at this point. If Secret take a big fight and there aren't many buybacks on EG, it's game over. No chance to come back. Another one of the... Uh-oh. Arteezy is doomed in this middle lane. Witch Doctor's coming over to try and save him, but the Doom is just running him down. However, Doom does not have the Aghanim Scepter, so Arteezy should be just fine. Big fight going down. Right now, there's only one death. Now two on the side of Evil Geniuses. We've got Shallow Grave coming out on Misery's Nyx, but the dot is still active, and with Glimmer Cape he survives. So no one falls on the side of Secret, and two dead for EG. And about to be three. They catch Arteezy here with Meepo, and he finishes him. He does not quite finish him off. The TP goes out in time. I actually think that was a bit of a misplay there by Wii. I believe the net interrupts channeling spells, and he should have still had another net up on one of his Meepos. But like me, he probably thought that Arteezy was going to fall just from the right clicks. That didn't quite happen. So Arteezy survives and lives to fight another day. Another little complaint I have right now is that Meepo illusion is so strong. The Witch Doctor ult was committed, and several other spells went off just to kill the Meepo illusion. Meepo is so farmed right now. And now he also has the Aegis of Immortality. But one of the complaints I've had has been the builds coming out of Alchemist 2. We see every Alchemist rushing this Radiance and then going for whatever, whether you're building the Aghanim Scepters for your teammates. We've also seen Manta on nearly every pro Alchemist. We see Radiance into Manta style. I do not like that build whatsoever. I realize that it is an efficient farming build, but I think that Alchemist is capable of so much more with different items, and I think it's simply a bad build. I suspect that we will see it starting to fall off as well, because there's been a lot of poor games coming out of Alchemist. Alchemist is about to stun himself. He gets his unstable concoction off. Windranger does hit the shackles as well. Carapace stuns Samael. Now Secret trying to turn this fight around. Meepo's a bit low, but he does still have the Aegis. We've got Fiend's Grip used on Fear. Witch Doctor falls. Windranger falls. Arteezy on it. The Alchemist goes down, and Universe goes down. That is good game. EG calls it. 5-man wipe on the side of EG.
Top tower is under attack.
Secret with their Meepo just dominating this game. So game 1 goes to Team Secret in this grand finals of the MLG World Finals 2015. See you in game 2.